Arman, once the golden boy of St. Xavier's, had everything: wealth, popularity, power. He used his privilege to mock and humiliate a poor, quiet classmate named Aman. But when his father is arrested and his world crumbles, strange things begin happening. Hauntings. Visions. Echoes of the very cruelty he inflicted. And through it all, Aman shows kindness. But beneath this new reality, something darker is lurking, unfinished, waiting. Rain lashed against the windows of Arman's small rented apartment. Once a palace of chandeliers and marble floors, he now shared a two-room flat with his mother, who had grown quiet and pale. She barely spoke anymore, her hands trembled constantly, as if they remembered something her mind couldn't voice. Arman couldn't sleep. He hadn't slept properly in days. Each night, the dream returned. But it was changing. Evolving. In this version, Aman no longer stood alone in the hallway. There was another boy now. Shorter. Younger. With jet black eyes. The same boy who had spoken to him in the slum. The same boy who had whispered, "Everyone falls." Only now, he was inside the mirror. Watching. Smiling. Waiting. Life at school had changed, not just for Arman but for everyone. He now sat at the back of the class, silent, broken, ignored. The ones who used to laugh with him now snickered at him. Whispers followed him like flies. The only person who even acknowledged him was Aman. He shared notes. Invited him to study group. Brought him an extra lunch on days he forgot his. Every time Arman tried to apologize, Aman just shook his head. "It's okay," he'd say with a smile that was too gentle. "What's done is done." But Arman couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't done. One evening, Arman was in the washroom at school. The power had flickered due to rain again, and only the emergency lights cast an eerie yellow glow. He looked into the mirror. And froze. It didn't reflect him. Not fully. His face was there, but next to him, over his shoulder, was another face. A child. With dark, hollow eyes. And a wide, twisted grin. Arman spun around. No one. He turned back. The child was now standing in the mirror. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. Then, blood-red words began smearing across the glass. "You laughed first. I'll laugh last." Arman stumbled back, fell, hit his head, and blacked out. When he woke, he was in the nurse's room. Aman sat beside him. "You okay?" he asked, handing Arman a water bottle. "I saw a kid in the mirror." "The same boy, from the slums," Arman whispered. "He's not real, right?" Aman's expression changed. For the first time, something cold flickered in his eyes. "Not everything unreal is untrue," he said softly. That night, Arman couldn't shake the feeling. The face. The message. The grin. So he did what no one expected, he searched. He sneaked into the school records room the next morning, heart pounding, flashlight in hand. The door creaked as it opened. Dust clung to the air like forgotten ghosts. He looked through files of expelled students, past incidents, accidents. And found something. Rahim, student ID 318, deceased. Age, 6. Year, 2019. Cause of death, accident in the school basement. Arman's hands trembled. The file included an old ID photo. It was him. The little boy from the mirror. The boy from the dream. The boy in the slums. He had died in this school, 5 years ago. And his last name? Same as Aman. He needed answers. So that evening, while everyone else was at home hiding from the thunder, Arman stayed. He made his way to the school basement. A place no one visited anymore. Rumor had it the area was sealed off after a small fire. He forced open the rusted latch. The door groaned like a wounded animal. Inside, it was dark, cold, and silent. Cobwebs hung from the pipes like skeletons of old secrets. Broken chairs, old science equipment, and a scorched patch on the floor. That's when he saw it. A small red toy car, half melted, next to a cracked photograph. He picked it up. The image was faded, but he recognized the faces instantly. Aman, smiling, holding the hand of a small boy, Rahim, his younger brother. The file hadn't said everything. Arman's knees buckled. He remembered it now. 5 years ago, as a joke, he and his gang had dared a little boy to go into the dark school basement. They had locked the door behind him. Only for 5 minutes, he'd said. It's just a prank. But no one had gone back. That same night, a fuse box caught fire in the basement. The boy was trapped. Smoke filled the room. And he never made it out. No one ever found out who locked him in. Except Arman. He knew. He had done it. He had forgotten it. Until now. Arman returned home, drenched in sweat. He looked into the mirror, once again expecting to see the boy. But this time, there were 2 reflections behind him. One was Rahim. The other was himself. Laughing. The version of him that once tormented others, drunk on power. The laughter grew louder. Distant. Hollow. Then, the mirror cracked. Not from a stone. But from within. And from the cracks, blood began to pour. He screamed. His mother rushed in, but to her, the mirror was untouched. She stared at Arman, horrified. You're sick, she whispered. We need help. The next morning, Arman stormed up to Aman before class. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you tell me he was your brother? Aman looked at him calmly. Almost, tired. What would it have changed, he said. I locked him in that room. It was me, Arman confessed, tears blurring his vision. I was a monster. I know. You knew. I remembered your face the moment I joined this school, Aman said, voice cracking for the first time. But I wanted to see if people really change, or if they just get scared when the darkness comes for them. Arman collapsed to his knees. I'm so sorry. I forgave you a long time ago, Aman whispered. But I'm not the one haunting you. That night, Arman returned to the school basement once more. This time, he brought candles, flowers, and a note of apology he had written by hand, sealed with tears. I'm sorry, Rahim. I'm sorry for forgetting you, for laughing, for being too proud to care. He placed the note gently on the spot where the photo had been. For a moment, the air grew warm. Soft. And then, a small red toy car rolled toward him from the shadows. Arman gasped. But smiled. Maybe it was forgiveness. Maybe it was just memory. But he felt lighter. Until he turned to leave, and saw the words on the wall, scrawled in black ash. You have one more chance to make things right. 1.